Kevin Stefanski said it after the game Monday. Cleveland confirmed it Tuesday. Nick Chubb will miss the rest of the season after suffering a knee injury Monday when he took a hit to his left knee from Steelers safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. The play so gruesome, ESPN did not show a replay. The Browns fear he suffered multiple tears in his knee and that he'll require surgery.
Oh, boy.
Very disappointed for Nick. Means a lot to this team, means a lot to this organization. So he will be missed, but he will bounce back. Of that, I have no doubt. We will support him in every way. And then we're going to, best thing we can do to support him, best thing we can do to, honor who Nick Chubb is go out there and perform, go out there and work. I think that ultimately is what Nick expects this team to do.
And as Luke Wilson alluded to on our show Monday night, in many ways, Nick Chubb was the Cleveland offense, one of 5 players in history with at least 8 rushing TDs in each of his first 5 seasons. And since coming to the league in 2018, only one player has more rushing yards than Chubb, and that is Derrick Henry. He's rushed for 1,000 yards in 4 of his first 5 seasons.
Good guy, that Mike Garafolo.
So we always love chatting with our friend Mike Garafolo from the NFL Network. Unfortunately, it's a lot of injury news this week. However, we're going to try to put a positive spin on some of this. First of all, you're going to have to replace Nick Chubb, obviously, Mike. Is there a chance that we could maybe see a familiar face replacing him in Cleveland?
There is Kareem Hunt, who spent the last, I believe it was 4 or 5 seasons with the Browns and has been a free agent and has visited teams the last couple of weeks and months here. Was in Cleveland on Tuesday, and I was told as of Tuesday night, the sides were still trying to figure out what an agreement would look like and how they want this thing to work, and perhaps something could come together as soon as Wednesday. And sure, Kareem Hunt makes the most sense from a free agent standpoint, a guy that knows the system, knows the organization, and certainly could step in and be able to contribute faster than some outside options. But as far as inside options go, Jerome Ford, who did a really nice job in place of Chubb after he went down, could possibly be the best option, period, to be the Browns' #1 back moving forward. And it sounds like that is the plan, at least for the short term, to see how he does. Look, this is the long debate and discussion that we've had over the entire offseason and into training camp about the value of running backs.
Yep.
And a lot of times the young guys, Jerome Ford in his second year, provide more value than a guy such as Kareem Hunt or maybe one of the other veteran options who's out there who certainly has a lot of carries already behind them. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns continue to move forward with Ford as their best option for a guy who can take over and be productive at the running back position from #1, but don't be surprised if Hunt joins the mix.
Mike, last week you told us you were most concerned about the New York Giants, and for the first half against Arizona on Sunday, those concerns were very justified, but they came back. Now, unfortunately, Saquon Barkley leaves that game with an ankle sprain. Initially, we had heard 2 to 3 weeks for Saquon Barkley to be out, but Brian Daboll is not counting Barkley out of this Thursday's game against the Niners?
No, he's not. And speaking to the media on Tuesday, he said Barkley felt better once he came in and did some things on Tuesday. So Daboll said, we're not going to rule him out. We're going to take it up to Thursday before we let you guys know for sure his status. So Wednesday, the final injury report before the Thursday game against the 49ers comes out. I believe it's gamesmanship on the part of Brian Daboll. It would stun me if Saquon Barkley was ready to play in this game. 2 to 3 weeks, certainly missing this game. Now they have the long layoff after that, so perhaps he's got a shot to return for the game after this game with the San Francisco 49ers. But yeah, this is something that Barkley has dealt with before. Even the low ankle sprain that he had a couple of years ago, which is the better version of the ankle sprain as opposed to the high ankle sprain, which he also had. Even that low ankle sprain had him out for 4 weeks. So this is a significant injury either way you look at it. You just hope for Saquon Barkley's case, Saquon Barkley, that he can come back, play the rest of the season, and make a case to have a long-term deal, whether it be with the Giants or anybody else moving forward here. Should be the way that it works out for Saquon Barkley. We'll see. But as for the Giants, look, it doesn't get any easier. This schedule is still a bear. This part of it was just they had to get that Arizona win because the stare down for the 49ers on a short week. Surely would be 0-3 with that tough schedule still behind them. They've just got to survive. That's basically what they've got to do for the first half of the season. I mentioned that to a Giants coach the other day. He says, I don't want to survive. I want to go out there and play well from the beginning of games and win games. Let's see if they can start to do it against San Francisco.
Mike, if you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, it's hard to imagine a worst-case scenario than losing your first 2 games of the season to divisional foes, and in the process, watching the star quarterback you just signed to a massive extension limp off the field last week in a loss to the Ravens. Yeah. Is there a chance that Joe Burrow will not be able to play this week and raise those panic levels even more in Cincinnati?
I thought on Monday, just based on the conversations that I was having, that I would have put it at less than 50-50. I've now got it at least at 50-50 right now, because apparently Burrow came in and did a workout at the team facility on Tuesday and apparently felt really good. Now, they go through a walkthrough early Wednesday, which could give an indication of which way they're leaning, whether it's going to be Burrow or Jake Browning. And certainly the chances of the Cincinnati Bengals, whether it be this game against the Rams or any game going forward, certainly much better with Joe Burrow. So, look, this is something that you don't want to linger. You don't want to continue to get worse. But I know Burrow. I know he wants to get back onto the field after the poor performances the first couple of weeks here. So I give him a chance to be out there against the Rams. And the fact that he's already feeling better, that is a good sign. So we'll continue to monitor his health throughout the week, Jay.
Mike, are there any physical ailments that you'd like to tell us about for yourself before we let you go?
My toes. I used to have plantar fasciitis, and I would roll it with one of those lacrosse balls. That's what I was told to do. Got rid of that, but it just moved it into the toes, and now I can't get rid of it. It really hurts sometimes when I walk.
Okay, so if we could find a good podiatrist for our friend Mike Garafolo, if you're watching.
I'm not.
No.
Yeah, I'm not going Aaron Rodgers on you here. I'm not going to show you my toes, okay? I'm going to spare you that, Jay.
All right, so sorry, foot fetishists. You're not seeing Garafolo's toes. Mike, you're the best. We'll talk to you next week. Not tonight.
Not here.